All right, how we doing, everyone? Just getting started. This is actually like my first live stream in probably a year, so bear with me. Sorry, give me 1 second. Fortunately, they were covered by Progressive, so it was a happy ending for almost everyone. Well, my other screen is freaking out here. There we go. 1 second. Let's see here. All right, we should be good. All right, sorry about that. My screen freaked out for a second. All right, so how are we doing? I'm going to give it a couple minutes to let other people jump on. Like I said, this is my first live stream in almost a year. I've only done one other live stream ever, and I was in Thailand when I did it. So, yeah, I'm going to see how this goes. I want to do it every week from now on, give an update of how much money I made. It's not to try to brag. It's not to talk about money, really. I mean, I am, but it's basically just to give everyone a heads up of what bartending can be like, So yeah, I want to do this every week. I'm going to try this time out. I'm going to try this day out to see how it works out. Yeah, I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes to see how many people I can get to jump on here. I'm not expecting a lot of people just because, like I said, it's my first live stream in a while. But yeah, the purpose is just, anyone that's interested in getting into bartending or anyone that's interested and just doesn't know how to get started, stuff like that. It's just to really give people like that a heads up of what kind of money you can be making and stuff like that. Hey, what's up? One Life, Two Dreams. Are you still in Thailand or are you back yet? I hope you're having a blast. Great videos out there. I've been following it. Saw you got locked out of your room. That was kind of crappy, but glad you figured it out. Yeah, but basically it's not to brag, it's not to anything, but it's just give people a heads up of what kind of money there is in bartending. And yeah, basically just talk about that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Hopefully I can get some more people to jump on here. But yeah, it's been exciting. This month has been a little bit of a slower month. Just because I guess at both of my jobs, that's kind of what happens, at the nightclub. A lot of people go home. Like we have one theme that's a college night. So a lot of people go home for the summer when the college is out of session. So, a lot of people have gone home. So then that college night has been a little bit slower. Still solid money, but not as good as it can be when summer school is, or when it's not summertime. Yeah, so that's been a little bit slower because of that. And then, I'm sure just gas prices and everything, people aren't drinking as much. However, I've noticed that this this profession is probably the most recession proof thing just because people want to drink and people will find a way to drink one way or another. So, it's been solid still. Yeah, and then my other job is at a hotel. Basically, it's more of a business hotel. So, the U.S. had a major holiday last week, so that was kind of slow. This week has actually been a pretty solid week at the hotel job. So, yeah, that's kind of a good thing. The nightclub was a little bit slower, so the hotel job kind of picked up some of that slack. So it's been really good. I'm still in Thailand for the next 3 days. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, enjoy Thailand. Enjoy it. As of right now, I'm scheduled to go back in September. I have my flight and everything booked. I may be looking at possibly delaying it a little bit. I don't know yet. Just because I'm I would like to buy a property, buy condo here in the US, and I can use every penny I can of working to use that towards the income of getting approved for a loan or whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. It's not official yet. I still have a lot of planning to do. But as of right now, I'll still be in Thailand in September. Um, yeah, so we'll see. I have my flight already booked. I have my hotel booked, but it's fully refundable and it's pay on property. So as long as I cancel, I want to say it's like a week before, I don't get charged a single penny. So yeah, I gotta look into this a little bit more. I would love to go, but yeah, we'll see. I gotta look at my best interest too. But yeah, Thailand's amazing. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, I'll just give it a couple more minutes, see if anything. Justin, are you on the stream? I know you commented earlier, but yeah, like I said, I didn't expect too much from this live stream just because it's my first one in a while. And my setting, I'm just at home. I can look at some more fun settings for the next one. I just really wanted to see how this one would turn out. Um, what's up, Justin? Hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, I also have Streamlabs set up. I did Streamlabs already. It's about 90% set up. There's just some things I have to kind of work out. I had it set up on my old laptop, and yeah, the basically that old laptop though would really struggle running Streamlabs and running a live stream. So I got a new laptop about a month ago. I just have to get Streamlabs basically integrated into this new laptop. And this new laptop can throw anything I can or can handle anything I can throw at it. So I just got to set up Streamlabs on this one. So my next live stream for sure, I'll have Streamlabs integrated onto it. Um, that way I can make it a little bit more interactive and kind of a better setting. Like I said, this is a crap background. I completely realize that. It's just, like I said, I wanted to check it out and see how this would do. It's understandable living in Thailand, been here 3 months. I know, I feel you. I did some research on Thailand, like in Pattaya, how you can basically get like a condo right on the beach or very close to the beach for like 240, 260 US dollars. It's nothing fancy. It's like a studio or something, but I mean, for that amount of money, I can easily live in a studio. So it's not, that's kind of on the back of my mind too, is always kind of having like a vacation home or something over there. Because 250 bucks, even if it's 300 US dollars, is completely affordable over there. Justin, we got to go. We have to go, man. I'm telling you, you'd love it out there. Um, it's a lot of fun out there. When I was there last year in Phuket, I had to do the Phuket sandbox. So it was basically 14 days of quarantining on an island, on the island of Phuket. I had to get uh, basically four beer situation tests. I don't like saying it. YouTube still looks out for that stuff. While I was there. Basically, I had to get one before I left my home country. I had to get one immediately landing in Thailand, and I had to get one on day 6, I believe, and I get another test on day 13. So 4 total. But yeah, I was in a really nice resort. It had a swim up bar. I'm pretty sure like out of 14 days, I probably was in that pool maybe 11 or 12 of those days. The other day, it was raining hard or something. It was raining heavy. So yeah, I didn't go swimming, but I was in that pool a lot. I would go right up to the swim up bar. It would open at 1 p.m. every day. So I would go to the swim up bar. I would order Thai food. If you get Thai food in Thailand, it's extremely cheap. But if you get Western food, hamburgers, chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, what else do they have? Like hot dogs, anything like that, steak. It's going to be more expensive because it's for them. It's imported food. But if you stick to Thai food, it's super cheap out there. It's really cheap. So yeah, basically, I would go to the swim bar every single day. I would get some kind of Thai food, chicken fried rice, pad Thai, curry, something like that, right at the swim bar. And I would get like 2 or 3 beers every day, and it would come out to maybe 8 or 9 US dollars. It was super cheap. And then over there, if you tip them, like $3 on that, they're super happy. So it was a great time. Every day, swim bar, Thai food, 2 or 3 beers. It was a blast. So yeah, I really like Thailand. There's a couple other places on my list too. Like Philippines is probably on my list. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've always kind of actually heard good things about Poland too, but I'd imagine that part of the country is a little bit unstable right now with what's going on in the world. So yeah, there's a couple places I definitely want to go to though. Um, yeah, Thai food is great. It is really spicy though. Thai food is extremely spicy. So, hey, Prep, how you doing, buddy? How's it going? You're no longer in Thailand, right? Or are you still there? Yeah, Thai food is great though. It's spicy, so you have to be careful for that. It can be extremely spicy, and it's funny because like in Phuket when I would go to at that time I was operating as a restaurant, but it was pretty much a bar. And when I would go there and I would tell them not spicy, they would kind of laugh at me. They would do it no problem, but they would kind of laugh at me because just it's the norm for them, you know. That's regular for them. So yeah, but Thai food's really good. I would say my favorite was masaman curry. I know it's like a coconut kind of soup or something, but yeah, that was by far my favorite is masaman curry. And I had a couple of good places over there that made it really really well. But yeah, back in Canada. Okay, cool. Well, hope you're doing well. Thanks for being on here. So this is my first stream in almost a year. I'll be doing them weekly, hopefully from now on. My new theme is kind of a bartender theme, even though I travel a lot and stuff like that. I do kind of want to stick to my roots of my bartending theme. So yeah, I'll be doing one a week from now on. It'll be more professional next time, I promise. But yeah, basically, like today, I'll just kind of be going over what kind of tips I made at a nightclub. Oh, check this out too, by the way. I've tried the Jack Daniels one, but I've never seen this one before, and I saw it yesterday, so I figured this would be cool. It's a Crown Royal whiskey lemonade, so I'll have one while I'm talking. Um, yeah, the believe it or not, the Jack Daniels ones were available in Mexico way before they were available in the US, and I would get them there, and they were super cheap. You can get a can like this size at like an OXXO or like a 7-Eleven out there, and it was like a dollar something. So like I was having them out there, came back to the US and tried looking for them, and they weren't available here yet. Googled it, and sure enough, yeah, they weren't available in the States yet. So yeah, now they're available, but Mexico still has more flavors. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, this is just a Crown Royal whiskey lemonade. I like Crown a lot. I think they're good. I think it's a good value for what you get. Um, yeah, and then I like their bags too. I actually have like 5 or 6 of their bags. When you buy a bottle of Crown, um, yeah, they give you a bag in it. So I have a bunch of those bags, and they come in handy. But that's kind of my thing. I collect them. Um, the nightclub doesn't carry it, but my hotel job carries them. So anytime I open up a new bottle of Crown, I always take the bag. Um, yeah, that's definitely true. Even if you say not spicy, there's still going to be some spice because it's just their culture, you know. What's spicy to them is really not spicy to us. So, or what's spicy to us is really not spicy to them. In a lot of ways, it reminds me a lot of like the Mexican culture. I was raised Mexican. I'm half Mexican, and over there it can be kind of spicy too. But I would say that Thai food is even just another level above that. But yeah, Thai food's really good. You just have to ask for not spicy or tell them a little bit of spice if you don't like a lot too much. Um, and yeah, Justin, see, you got to listen to the chat, buddy. People are telling you, Thailand's a lot of fun and it could be really cheap, you know? So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And cheers, guys. Thanks for being on here. So, yeah, I was starting to get into it. Basically, last week I worked 3 shifts. I worked 3 shifts total at the nightclub. Um, Wednesday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Friday night's kind of my slower night. It's slow for the whole nightclub. I'd say on a Friday night we're lucky to get maybe 80 to 100 people in there. I would say about 100 people at our peak time. So it's really slow. So Fridays is kind of my slower day. So I go in at like 9 p.m. and if it's slow, I'm out by midnight. So it's not bad. It gives me like an hour and a half, like an hour and a half before last call to get a couple of drinks if I want from the other bartender, and then go home still. Wednesday night, I work like 4.5 hours. Wednesday night, it has a theme night, so it gets pretty busy. I would say about 700 people in there. So Wednesday is one of my money makers. And then Saturday night they have live music, so Saturday night gets pretty busy. So yeah, Saturday nights is another pretty busy night. So Without further ado, I'll kind of talk about my tips. Like I said, I'm not trying to brag, but I have had comments and questions about how to get into bartending or what kind of money you can make in bartending. That's kind of why I'm doing this. Um, Wednesday night in cash, I made $45 in cash tips. On credit card, I made $130.50. Keep in mind that's after I tip on my bar back. So my bar back gets 20% of tips, cash and credit card. So I add up cash and credit card, and yeah, basically I give my bar back 20% of that. So that $45 cash, that's after I tipped out my bar back. So I don't know what the math would be on that. I want to say that would be probably about $41 in cash. But yeah, so it ended up with $45 cash, and then credit card $130.50. Like I said, Friday was actually my slow day. Friday I made $13 in cash, and then Friday I made $13.25 in credit card tips. So that, like I said, that's my slow night. But I understand why the owner does it that way. He doesn't want bartenders to nitpick shifts, saying I'll work, this day and that day, but I don't want Fridays. So it comes with the territory. If you're gonna work the busy days, you gotta take that day too. Saturdays was a pretty solid day though. Last Saturday, I made $75 in cash tip, and then $180.75 of credit card tips. And again, that $75 is after I tipped out my bar back. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. So basically, and then hourly on top of that, I got paid. I got about $128. Now keep in mind that on my hourly, um, I basically have to pay taxes on my hourly wage, my credit card tips, and then whatever I claim cash, which I claim my cash tips. So I had to pay taxes on that. So even though it's usually about 4.5 hours on Wednesday. I work about 4 hours, maybe 3 hours on Friday. And then on Saturday, I think I work about 6.5 or 7 hours. So yeah, I have to pay taxes on that. So basically, there's about $128 in hourly pay as well. So credit card total, I made $324.50, which is kind of a slower week. Honestly, it is a slower week. Um, so here, I'll do the math real quick. So I basically got $324.50 plus my hourly, which is 128, plus 45 plus 13 plus 75. So I made about 585.50. So $585 for working about 15 hours. I think it's like 14.85 or something like that. So 585.50. So I'm just going to divide it by 15. So that's basically about $39 an hour. So for working 15 hours, that's not bad at all. And like I said, this is honestly a slow week. So this week has started off pretty promising. I made pretty good money last night at the nightclub. It was a good night. I had some bartenders and servers from another place nearby, and they were really taking good care of me. So I have to go pay them a visit. Justin, you know where it's at, buddy. They're close to our job. So yeah, basically they came and took really good care of me last night. So I told them I'd go visit them and return the favor. You're a photographer, so I would love to go out there. Dude, there's so much to like go and photograph in Thailand. The culture, the Buddhas, the Sanctuary of Truth, I think it's called. Guys, you can probably help me on this. I think it's called the Sanctuary of Truth. I've heard it's a really, really nice thing. The beaches, everything's so cool out there. Um, Jim Beams, Jacob Ghost. Actually, I haven't. I'll have to look for it. Here, I'm gonna take a note of that. I actually was at the store yesterday, and it was just a grocery store, and I was just shocked at like how many different liquors there are. Um, Jacob's Ghost. If I can find it, maybe next week's live stream I'll have that. I'll have that with me. Um, but yeah, I was shocked at how many different liqueurs there are and stuff. It's crazy. How many? Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely live in Thailand for 50 bucks a day, and that's actually living pretty comfortably. Um, if you eat from street vendors, it's super cheap out there. Or like the Tree Town food court, that's pretty cheap food. Um, I don't know if they still have this, but I know last year when I was there, Sailor Bar on Soy 8 in Pattaya, they had 100 baht lunch special, which was a hamburger, chicken chicken nuggets, and French fries for 100 baht. That's about what, $3 and like 10 cents or something like that. So it was super cheap. But yeah, you can easily live off of that, you know. And then if you go for like the local Thai beers, you can get food for really cheap too. Um, yeah, it's honestly good money, and honestly, it's a pretty decent um it's a pretty decent crowd we get there too. It's a lot of regulars. Wednesday's a lot of college students, but it's honestly it's a pretty good crowd we get there. So yeah, it's honestly a good job to have. So three nights a week, 15 hours ish a week. Sometimes if like another bartender that's senior to me asks for like vacation or something, I may go in a little bit earlier or something. But yeah, for the most part, I have a pretty set schedule. The only cons to that is you work every Friday and Saturday, so. And then obviously when you take like request vacation time, you're losing out not only on your hourly, but you're losing out all that tip money too. So like if I, ask for a week of vacation, I'm losing what, $585, Um, plus, I mean, it could be a good week where I can make even more money. So that's kind of something you have to kind of keep in mind too. Basically, I started bartending. I moved to Vegas. Honestly, I really don't think I've talked about this on this channel, but I moved to Vegas originally for nursing school. I was actually going to start nursing school out here in California, and they had too many restrictions, too many regulations. Like basically, the school that I got accepted for, they wanted me to take all of the medical assistant training, which is going to be about 6 months of training, I believe, and then I'd qualify to get into nursing. Um, I was actually talking to my instructor one time here in California after school one day, and she kind of told me like, "Hey, what are you doing in this school? I saw your test scores to get accepted. Like, you qualify for nursing. What are you doing? So she was like, that might be a California thing when you have to do a medical assistant to get into nursing, because I'm pretty sure that's not everywhere. You might want to look into it. And we have campuses outside of California, so look into it. So I looked into Nevada. Vegas had one. Las Vegas had one. So basically, I went out there. I took a trip out there, met up with an advisor out there, and she confirmed it. She's like, "Yeah, your test scores, you can easily get into nursing. I don't know why you're taking medical assistant stuff." And I told her, they told me out there I had to take this as a prerequisite. She goes, "That must be a California thing. That's stupid. Out here, you can immediately go into nursing." So basically, I finished the semester out there, and then I went out to the school out there and started nursing school. I did 2 semesters of it. Unfortunately, I was using the GI Bill because I'm a veteran, and sadly, they screwed up my benefits. Basically, they overcharged me an entire semester, so they double billed me one semester, right? And I basically got like a letter in the mail saying like, "Hey, you're gonna exhaust all your benefits by the end of the semester, so you gotta look up other alternative methods to pay for the rest of your schooling." I go, wait a second, that can't be right. I did the math on this. Like, it shouldn't be that way. Um, Basically the school is blaming the Veterans Affairs, the Department of VA. The VA was saying, "Hey, we don't bill, that's the school, you got to go talk to them." So I had no options other than to withdraw from nursing school until they figured it out. um, it was about a year to figure it out. The school even sent me to collections. They ruined my credit. I had to call the VA about, I had a log of it literally about 30 something times. I think it was like 33 or 34 times. And I just got like a VA rep that was like, "Yep, sorry, nothing I can do about that. Go talk to the school." Finally, I got a VA rep that was like, "Something doesn't sound right. Let me look into this." And he spent about 4 hours on the phone with me, but we figured it out. And he finally helped me. Um, they didn't fix my credit or anything, unfortunately, for it. But yeah, luckily it was able to at least get resolved. But in the meantime, I had to do something. So I was in Vegas. So I talked to some bartenders out there and tell me, "Hey, get into the service industry. You're in Vegas, baby. Like, you're in Sin City, you're in the hospitality city of the world." So basically they told me get into a tip position, bartending, blackjack dealer, valet parking, something like that. So basically, out there, I talked to some people. They said, "Hey, look, don't go to bartending school. It's a waste of money. Start learning your recipes, get a job as a bar back, and work your way up." And I did. I went to an interview out there for a bar back. It was like an open interview thing. And I got basically a position as a bar back with no experience. After about 2 weeks, like a bartender called off and they started throwing me into bartending. And that's kind of the best way to do it. I had bartenders out there that would like trust me after they saw my work ethic. He started training with me and he was like, "Okay, I see your work ethic. I see you're a hustler. So today I'm going to teach you a margarita. You're going to make every single margarita that comes in. And then the next day he's like, okay, make me a margarita. He's like, okay, you got that down. Then the next day he was like, okay, now I'm going to every single Manhattan or every single mojito that comes in, you're going to make them. And he just started teaching me one drink at a time like that. And that's how I learned the majority of my drinks, you know. Now, you won't ever learn every single drink. There's just too many out there. It's not going to happen, you know, especially from other places of the world. Like we might call something uh, like a certain cocktail or drink here, and in the UK or in Australia or in Thailand, you know, Mexico, they call it something different. It's just how it is. Um, but yeah, never tell a customer you don't know how to make something. You know, run to the back of house, Google it. There's different ways you can do it, but yeah, you never want to tell someone that you don't know how to make something, you know. But that's how I got into bartending. I had no choice. I kind of got thrown into it. Um, but yeah, I love it. I took a break and I did food and beverage management for like a year and a half, and honestly, I'm really good at it. I mean, my staff really respected me. My staff loved me. The last job when I left it, it was at the nearest international airport to me. Um, they honestly loved me there. When I went away, like I got so many hugs saying I was the best manager they ever had. I got like so many gift cards, and they threw a party for me. Um, like I had a few Filipinos there that actually made Filipino food, and it did like a potluck, you know, for like a going away party for me. So it was good. Unfortunately, it's so much stressful. Like it's stressful when someone's calling off. They're calling you the night before when you're off the clock, when you're at work or at home. You know, if someone calls off, you're doing their job for them. So if someone called off, I was all of a sudden the line cook. I was a barista. I was a cashier. I was a bartender. You know, I did everything. And then, you know, when the airport had an issue with something, they would come, you know, airport management would come to me and say, hey, look, you know, a customer complained about this restaurant, or hey, you know, the trash is overflowing at this restaurant. So it's a lot of stress, you know. So I'm kind of happy to be back bartending where it's stress free. I am studying IT stuff, so eventually I would love to have a remote job, like where I can work remotely, like in the IT field. That way I can travel, I can do whatever I want. But for right now, bartending honestly is stress free, and I'm happy to be bartending. You know, and it's a fun job. Honestly, you meet people, you know, you make so many friends. It's a fun job. I really enjoy it. But yeah, basically that's kind of how I got into bartending. Sanctuary of Truth. It's all made from wood. Yeah, I've seen videos of it. It looks amazing. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, bartending school, it's I'm not saying it's worthless, you know, but as a former hiring manager, I really wouldn't put too much focus on it. Like if I got someone straight out of bartending school and they came to an interview with me, I would kind of look more at their personality, or you know, and see like, are they here ready to work? Are they wanting to learn? Are they eager, or do they kind of seem cocky, like they know it all? You know, and I would look more at personality and more at how I think their work ethic would be than like their little certificate that they get from bartending school. You know, because again, I'm not trying to trash talk bartending school, but you can go on YouTube and learn how to make a mojito. You can learn how to make a Manhattan on YouTube or by Googling it, you know? So I'm looking more at the character than I am at the, you know, at the certificate from a bartending school. Um, but yeah, I'd say there's nothing like on the job work, you know? And now that I've been a bar back and then a bartender, I feel like I'm kind of more well prepared and I can do a little bit more, you know? And honestly, even at the nightclub, I had to start as a barback. So I basically worked as a barback at the nightclub all of last year, all of 2021, from like January up until September. When I left to Thailand for 2 months, you know, I kind of mutually agreed with the owner that he couldn't keep my job on hold for that long. So he told me, hey, look, I have to move on, but when you get back into town, call me. I'll find some kind of work for you. Maybe it's bar back, maybe it's security, whatever. I'll find something for you. And yeah, when I came back, I kind of filled in as a bar back a couple of times. And then he called me last December, I believe, and basically said, hey, I have a permanent position available if you're interested for it. And it was for bartending. So but yeah, bartending school, I love it. You know, it's you can get so creative with bartending too. There's so many different drinks that you can do out there. Um, excuse my room, like I said, you know, this is just kind of a trial run for a live stream, but I have a bar behind me and I can, make some kind of, like a cool live stream with stuff like that. But also, guys, like, let me know what kind of videos like would you guys be interested in? Is it making mixed drinks? Is it going and visiting some like bartender friends I know and see if they mind, me making a video on them? Just let me know, and I'm all ears for that. But yeah, I'm all open to suggestions of what kind of videos would be interesting. I will be in Vegas at the end of this month though, so I can probably make some cool videos out there. I have some friends out there at the former casino or at the casino I used to work at, and then just around the strip and off the strip in Vegas. So I can make some cool videos. I can probably make while I'm out there, I'll probably make like 3 or 4 videos. So they'll be interesting videos. The strip is always fun. If you guys haven't ever been to Fremont Street in Las Vegas, it's changing, it's evolving. A lot of people are saying that Fremont will eventually take over as the new strip, just because of how much like money they're pumping into it. It's a lot of fun. I mean, they have a basically like a big tunnel, and the tunnel is they're all TVs too. So like every day, I think at 8 p.m. they play like God Bless the USA. And then they have like every hour on the hour, they have like a 5 or 10 minute like a video thing with different songs and music videos and cool like visual and light effects and stuff like that. So it's awesome. As a customer, I try to research all the names of my favorite drinks and an alternate if the bartender does not know how to make it. One of my favorites is a gimlet. Yeah, a gimlet's a classic too. That's definitely a classic. Um, at the nightclub, I don't think anyone's ever ordered that, but at my hotel job, I've gotten a couple of gimlet orders too, and if made right, it's actually a really good drink too. But yeah, that's smart to have backup too, because sometimes some bars don't carry certain liquors and you never know if they can make it. And that's kind of a bartender. Thanks for bringing that up too, because I guess you can say that's kind of a pet peeve of a lot of bartenders I speak to, is that, especially like at the nightclub when there's a long line of people and, you're waiting in line for 5, 6, 7 minutes until a bartender can get to you. And you have all that time to look at all the liquor bottles on display, all the beers that we have on display, and then you're gonna wait until like the bartender's right in front of you, say, "What can I get for you?" And you're gonna like, um, I'm like, really? You just had so many minutes to like think of your order, and now you're gonna hold up my line. So, yeah, that's definitely good to have like a drink in mind plus a backup. All right, One Life. You're good to go. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you being on here. I appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing some of your newer videos too. But yeah, it's definitely good to have drinks in mind. And I get it, like if they weren't on display, but when they're on display and customers do that, I'm just like, come on, come on. But yeah, so basically, like I said, this was just kind of a trial run of trying a stream out and just seeing how it would do. But yeah, a recap real quick. Yeah, I made basically about $585, and that's working about 15 hours. That equates to about $39 an hour. I didn't talk about my hotel job just because the hotel job is kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you make some really good money, and other days, honestly, I've left with in the single digits in tips, not even $10. So it's so hit or miss there. Tuesday, I had a really solid day there, and it was good. I even stayed about an hour and a half or 2 hours after I would normally stay, just because we were so busy. So it was a good time. So yeah, I basically didn't talk about the hotel just because it could be so hit or miss, but um, that's a cool job for, I would say, more of like a beginner bartender, just because usually the pace is not so busy that you're going to get overwhelmed. But you can actually have your really solid days where you make pretty good tip money too. So it's night and day. It's kind of different how I work in two different jobs that are night and day from each other. The nightclub is all about fast pace. Um, Basically, I take no food orders there ever. I can take food orders, but I never choose to, just because I'm usually so busy and sometimes I can't leave the bar anyway. So I'm not going to be able to go and check on people's food orders and stuff. So at the nightclub, it's literally all about efficiency. It's all about speed. And sometimes, like last Saturday, I actually had about, I think, 15 or 16 tabs open at the same time. So on top of that, you have to remember your customers too. You have to remember what tab belongs to what person. Um, so yeah, it's all about speed there, and it's just all about getting through that line and making sure customers are having a good time. At the hotel, I have to take food orders. You might have customers asking questions about the hotel, so you kind of have to know about the hotel as well. If you work for a big brand like the Hilton, the Marriott, um, any of those brands, you have to kind of know their mottos. Each employee has to know different things. So it's just a night and day difference. But yeah, at the hotel, I'm taking food orders, I'm running food to their tables, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's a night and day difference, like when you work at a hotel as compared to a casino or a nightclub. Casino is interesting. In Las Vegas, I worked at a casino, and I worked at the casino bar. So basically, I would have my own bar top with video poker machine, so people can sit and gamble right at the bar top, right? And then the other half of the bar was connected to a restaurant. So if you work during the restaurant hours, you'd also have to take food orders, and then people can just sit there and drink as well. And then on top of that, if you're part of a casino bar means that basically you're making all of the drinks for the cocktail servers too. So keep in mind, in Las Vegas, while you're gambling, drinks are free, right? So um, yeah, so there's cocktail servers that are going around the casino taking drink orders for the gamblers. So they come back and get the drinks from the bartender at the bar, right? So they'll come by and they have their own little POS system, and they'll ring up a drink order, right? It could be like 12 vodkas, 10 whiskeys, 3 gins, 4 tequilas, 3 Bud Lights, 2 Mick Ultras, whatever. And you have to go through it with them and say, okay, you have 12 vodkas. What are they? Okay, 4 vodka Red Bulls, 6 vodka sodas, 3 vodka cranberries, whatever the case may be. And they're just kind of shooting out the orders. All right, your whiskeys. Okay, 3 whiskey sours, 2 whiskey diets, 2 whiskey cokes. And okay, what about your tequilas? Okay, 2 shots of tequila, 2 tequila sunrises, whatever the case may be. So it's all about fast pace there too. And on top of that, you take 2 or 3 minutes to make that order for the cocktail server, and you turn around, and now you have 3 or 4 more people that just sat at your bar that are waiting for service, and someone over here that's waiting for a food order too. So casinos are really interesting too. The cool thing about that is some people actually didn't want to work at a casino bar because they didn't want to help the cocktail servers. But the thing is, even when you're slow, there's people gambling on the casino floor. So if the cocktail servers tip you out $22 at the end of the night, $17 at the end of the night, that's still 17, 20, $22 more than what you would have made if you were at a bar that doesn't have to serve the cocktail servers. So I always kind of was happy to work at the casino bars. Um, Not to mention, they always have your back. Like some of the cocktail servers that worked at that bar, I had a couple of issues where a customer would kind of get crazy with me, and the cocktail servers, those girls were ready to jump in there, but like, nah, I saw him make your drink. He made it properly. If you want something stronger, you need to stop being cheap and pay for a double. And they would just jump out and back me up. So it's always cool to have that support there too. So casinos are really interesting too. There is a casino about 25 miles from me. They've actually hired me twice, and both times I actually rejected their job offer. The first time they just screwed up my paperwork. The HR rep that was helping me, she went on vacation and didn't assign me to like anyone else. So my paperwork sat there for like 2 weeks and didn't move. So I was like, you know what? I had another job offer and I had to take it. The second time, basically, I found out that they make you lock up your cash tips in like in a wooden box with a key in there, and the only one that can unlock it is the cashier cage. I don't like that. Cash tips are mine. Like, why does a casino care how much I made? Whether I made $1, $100, it's none of their business. Why do I have to lock up my money and not even have access to it? So I didn't like that. So I withdrew, or I basically turned down the job because of that. Maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know, but I don't like that. My cash money is mine. I understand credit card tips. Everyone does it differently. Like at the casino, I actually got paid out my credit card tips every single day after my shift. Um, at the hotel, they put it on your paycheck. At the nightclub, um, they basically give it to you once a week. So once a week, they give you all your credit card tips in cash. So every place does it differently. But yeah, like, why are you going to mess with my cash tips? Everywhere else I worked at, cash tips are mine. When I leave at the end of the night, it's all mine. And when I clock off, it says, do you have any cash tips to declare? And you can enter it there. But, don't mess with my cash tips. That's mine. And I don't know why the casino would want to do that. So that's why I don't work there. But I've heard it's really good money. And I heard they actually really take care of their employees. But, why am I going to do that? I don't like it. interested in action, making drinks, different liqueurs, how to pour. Yeah, actually, I can do that. That's actually really easy for me to do it. How to pour. I've seen people do it so incorrectly. It's crazy. There's certain techniques that you're supposed to follow when you pour. Even if you use a jigger, the little measuring device, you can use it and still pour properly, and then pour it into the drink. There's still a certain way you're supposed to do it, and you'd actually be surprised how many places I've been to where they don't do it the right way. Um, there's ways where you can free pour right into the cocktail, and if you can do it right, great. That's awesome. I have the pour count down in my head. Um, that's actually one of the first things that my first job as a barback, those bartenders kind of drilled me on that. And it just kind of stuck with me. And I think after over time, I just kind of got better and better and better at at the pour count. At the nightclub about a month ago, me and two other bartenders actually tested ourselves. So we got an empty liquor bottle and we put water in there, and we got a jigger, a 1 ounce jigger, and we did a pour test, all three of us. So we turned the bottle around, 1, 2, 3, 4, and my count was right on. And to give the other two bartenders credit, their pours were right on point too. So some people don't even need the jigger. But if you go to like an Applebee's, any franchise or any like chain owned places, more than likely they're going to use a jigger. Don't get mad at the bartender either if they have to use a jigger. Keep in mind that there's cameras watching bartenders, and they can get fired for something like that, because if they hook you up, they can get fired for that. It's theft. So especially casinos. If you go to a casino, there are cameras everywhere in a casino, everywhere, everywhere. There's cameras everywhere. So don't get mad at the bartender if they have to use a jigger to measure it. It's just how it is. Some places are a little more lenient, like at the nightclub. The owners actually told me go ahead and put a tail onto it. So I use a jigger, and do a 1 ounce, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I flip the jigger and let it pour for an extra 1.5 seconds. That's called a tail. And the owner actually told me, yeah, we'll do a tail here, no problem. We do tails here. So you actually get a little bit more bang for your buck at some places. But like the casino that's right by my house, like 25 miles away, they actually have an automated system that cuts off the alcohol while they're pouring it. So there's nothing the bartender can do. Um, just keep that in mind. It's not their fault. But yeah, some places have a little more leniency than other places. But yeah, anyway, getting back to it, Justin, I can definitely do that. Making drinks is fun. I can do different stuff with that. Different liquors, I actually like doing that a lot. I like going and trying different liquors, buying different stuff, and yeah, just trying different recipes, different ingredients with it. Like there's one that I actually tried last week. It's made by Smirnoff, but it's called a tamarindo vodka. Tamarindo is like a kind of like a sweet and spicy candy. It's popular in Mexico, and I think it's actually popular in Thailand too. But yeah, I tried it with sangria, and it was actually really good. And I had like my sister try it, and my sister thought it was really good too. So yeah, there's different things I can do like that. I'll do some videos start coming up, with different recipes, different cocktails, and then like I said, when I go to Vegas, I'll actually visit some of my bartender friends out there and try to see if they're okay with me making a video. I know some of them will be okay with it, so shouldn't be a problem. All right. Anyone have any questions for me, like about my channel or about bartending or anything? If not, I'll probably wrap it up soon. I just wanted to try a run. Like I said, next week I'll have hopefully Streamlabs set up better, and yeah, I'll have a better background, or I might even try to see if I can find a better place to live stream from. But yeah, either way, I'll figure something out. Like I said, this is literally just a trial run to see how it would turn out. And yeah, next week for sure, I got to get more people on this stream. I got to get some more viewers, so we'll see what we do. But I'll make it more interesting for sure. All right, if I have no questions, I'll wait another minute. But if I don't have any more questions, I'll probably wrap it up soon. Yeah, I have to work in a little bit, so um, I have a while though still. Just heading to work. All right, buddy. Hope you have a good live stream. I really appreciate you catching the live stream. It means a lot. Like I said, there'll be better coming up. But yeah, I think this is a good place to wrap it up, to wrap this live stream up. Take a shot. You're a bad influence on me. I actually have a different liqueurs behind me at my bar, but I don't know if I have anything that I want to take a shot of there, but I can. I can look. I probably do. Um, yeah, but yeah, this is probably a good place to wrap it up. But I really appreciate everyone watching. It really does mean a lot. Like I said, next week will be a better one. But other than that, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for some more videos coming up. I just wrapped up my Mexico series from Rosarito, and yeah, like I said, I'll do some interesting, some more bartending videos coming up. But again, thank you. I appreciate it so much. If you guys haven't hit the like button, please help me hit the like button. Other than that, I appreciate you all so much. Please drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive, and just make it count. Today's a beautiful day, so make it happen. Make it count. Again, thank you all so much. Appreciate it.